Hi everyone, my name is Mary Beth. Welcome to my channel. So today we're going to do the weekly update for the Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine energies. And this will be from March 22nd to March 29th. We're going to use the World Spirit Tarot for the masculine, and we will use the Twin Flame Journey Tarot for the feminine. I also have some twin flame messages here, as well as I'm also going to ask if there's any imbalances in your own divine feminine or divine masculine energies, which will help you attract your divine masculine, which has nothing to do with gender, by the way. Okay. And this is because we are all energy, and the divine feminine, divine masculine are energetically connected at all times. And so we just kind of want to purge and just kind of release any kind of old programming to help attract us. Okay. Um, anyway, so let's do the first question. Let's do how does the DM view the connection this week? So this is for the collective from March 22nd to March 29th. How does the collective, just two cards, how does the divine masculine view the divine feminine, please? How does the divine masculine view the relationship? I'm sorry. Okay. So, we got Seeker of Pentacles upright, and we have Seeker of Cups reverse. So what this tells me is that the Divine Masculine from March 22nd to March 29th, they do want to move slowly with this pentacle. They want to offer something substantial. This is for the long term to their Divine Feminine. Again, this has nothing to do with gender. The Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine does not mean male or female. If I say he or she, please disregard. Anyway, so this is the Divine Masculine this week wanting to move forward and offering their pentacle to their Divine Feminine. The Seeker of Cups, so that's all about kind of their head up in the clouds, kind of obsessing over, like overthinking, like really being up in their heads, really thinking hard about their divine feminine. Okay, so that's all about keeping, like, they're not really grounded right now, just kind of like their head up in the clouds about everything. All right, how does the divine feminine view the connection or the divine masculine at this time? How does the divine feminine view the divine masculine from or the connection? This is between March 22nd and March 29th for the collective, please. Two cards. Two cards. How do they view the connection right now? Okay. Wow. Okay, so the Divine Feminine this week, we got the Seven of Cups, Fantasy and Temptation, and the Fool card. Wow. So, yep. So it looks like Seven of Cups, the Divine Feminine is fantasizing about being with her Divine Masculine, and also wants to take a chance, wants to take a risk, wants to put her, put herself out on a limb there and take a chance on this relationship. So this is also the activation card. So she wants this relationship, or he wants this relationship activated. All right, so that is how they view the relationship at this time. Okay, what is in the divine masculine's heart space? What is in the divine masculine's heart space for the collective? Two cards, please, from March 22nd to March 29th. It's in the heart space, please. Heart space. Ooh, okay. So what's in the heart space is that they're ready to move forward. So the Six of Swords, they are in their hearts. They want to leave the past behind, and they want to move forward with their divine feminine. They also are shining their light. They're also going through some kind of awakening right now. In their heart space, they are, like, right now they're the hermit inside their heart space. They are trying to heal themselves. The hermit is all about going within and shining their light and doing, like, the knowledge, getting all the knowledge, like all the awakening knowledge that they need to move forward. Okay. So that is nice. All right. And what about the divine feminine? What is the divine feminine's heart space right now? Yes, the divine masculine is getting all this spiritual knowledge right now and leaving the past behind. What is in the feminine's heart space? What is in the feminine's heart space? I'm sorry, the divine feminine's heart space from March 22nd to March 29th for the collective. 2 cards. 2 cards. Okay, in the heart space. All right, so these came out reversed. So, okay, so first it was Knight of Wands, which is reversed. So passionate adventure. Okay, and then we also got awaiting result, which is also reversed. So I just want to clarify, what is this? So I don't know if this means that you're no longer like waiting. What does this mean? What is this? Why is the 3 of Wands reversed? And why is the Knight of Wands reversed for the divine feminine? What is this? Can I have one card? Can I have a clarifier, please, on this? Okay, so you have a new perspective. Okay, so the divine feminine have a new perspective this week, and they are no longer looking for this Knight of Wands to come rushing in, and they're no longer awaiting the results. Like they're no longer waiting around. They have a whole new perspective. Very interesting. Okay, what is this new perspective? What is this new perspective that the divine feminine has for the week of March 22nd to March 29th? For the collective, what is the new perspective that the divine feminine has from March 22nd to March 29th? What is the new perspective? Okay, well, the new perspective is that you guys are already in a twin flame connection, that you guys are lovers. And so what I'm hearing is that although this is a passionate adventure and your ships are coming in, that's the 3 of Wands are about, it's almost like you're no longer being that person that's wondering when they're coming in. That's what I'm getting. It's like a new perspective. It's like you're very confident in this twin flame connection. You're very confident, and it's almost like you're not like wondering when anymore. Like you're not wondering when. You're just like you're just confident about it. Like you have a new perspective on this. You're no longer sitting here saying, when is this going to happen? You're not expecting this, Knight of Wands to come rushing in passionately. You have a new perspective on it. It's almost like in your heart space, you understand what this twin flame connection is all about. And it's not the normal 3D relationship. All right, let's move on to headspace. What is in the divine masculine's headspace? 2 cards for the collective from March 22nd to March 29th, please. What is the divine masculine's? What is in his headspace? 2 cards. All right, well, this is good. Okay, so the anxiety card is reversed. So usually it would be upright. That would show in his headspace he's feeling a lot of anxiety, but he is getting over his anxiety. So this is reversed. So this is really good. He is getting over the anxiety over this relationship. Now, Sybil of Wands is usually about somebody who is very passionate, very spiritual, somebody who is very knows what they want. See how she's looking off in the distance and she knows what's going to happen. It's almost like, I'm going to sit here. I already know it's going to happen. So, but it's reversed. So I feel like the divine is like asking them to not give up and to just, keep your passion about this. But at the same time, they're not anxious. But let me get another card to clarify. Why is the Sybil of Wands reversed and the 9 of Swords reversed? What does this have to do with, please? What does this have to do with, please? For the divine masculine. Oh, okay. So instead of being overly anxious and being overly confident, so this is what they're telling me. They're not being overly anxious, but they're not being overly confident either. But at the same time, they cannot get their mind off of you. It's just a constant They're constantly thinking about you. So in their heads, they're constantly thinking about you all the time. They're just thinking about you. All right, what's going on with the divine feminine in the headspace? What's going on with the divine feminine, please, from March 22nd to March 29th? 2 cards for what is in the divine feminine's headspace, please. What is in the divine feminine's headspace? All right, so, all right, in the divine feminine's headspace, she's thinking, you know what? I'm doing pretty well on my own right now. I'm actually pretty happy. This was upright. I'm actually feeling good. Maybe some of you are quarantined right now or quarantining yourself and you're just kind of like living in your own bliss, or maybe some of you are just working on yourselves. But anyway, you're enjoying your oneness time, your time alone, I should say. The Nine of Cups, satisfaction and wish fulfillment. So the Nine of Cups. So this was reversed. Okay. So let me find out why this is reversed. Why is the satisfaction and wish fulfillment? It's almost like you're not completely. It's almost like you are like on your own, independent. You love it, but you're not. It's like you're not completely satisfied though. Like with this, you're not completely feeling like all that great about it, but you are like in your independence. Can I have a clarifying card for these two? Why is the Nine of Cups reversed? Why? Almost like, okay, so we got Seven of Swords. It's almost like a strategy. So, you know, almost like there's a mask up, like you really, like in your head, you really do want your divine masculine in your life, but it's almost like a strategy where you feel like, you know, I'm just gonna like live on my like just do me and do what I love to do, which is good, which is the right strategy. But this card is saying that maybe some of you are pretending you don't care, but you do. Like, but you're like in your head, like you're pretending that it doesn't matter. You're pretending that he doesn't matter or the divine masculine doesn't matter. But in truth, they do, because it's more of it's almost like you're deceiving yourself. But at the same time, you are, you know, trying to do what you're trying to be you and work on yourself on your own. Okay. So let's look at the next, and this has to do with what does the divine masculine want right now? All right, what does the divine masculine want right now? So this has to do with March 22nd to March 29th. What does the divine masculine want? 2 cards, please. What does the divine masculine want? What does the divine masculine want, please? All right, yeah, so the divine masculine right now, just like your Knight of Wands was reversed, they also are not ready to swoop in. They're not, so they do not want to impulsively swoop in. And the reason why is because they have their defenses up. They're feeling kind of protective. And so I think they feel like they've wounded you. And what they want right now is to not get hurt in this situation. They have their Seven of Wands up. So what this tells me is, the reason why they don't want to come in impulsively and they want to protect themselves is because there might be a little bit of an imbalance. And so what this tells me is if the divine masculine is feeling protective, so in this case, the divine masculine this week is feeling protective, that means the divine feminine might be feeling a bit overly serious or cold towards her divine masculine. Okay? So what you want to do is you want to have more of a playful energy. You want to feel playful towards your divine masculine. Think about doing fun things with your divine masculine. Send loving energies, okay? And then and just be more nurturing towards the connection, okay? Energetically, and then your divine masculine will pick up on that. Because right now they're feeling an energy of kind of like coldness, and they're feeling like, oh hell no, if I move towards my divine feminine, I will be rejected, is how they're feeling. They are feeling like they need to protect themselves right now. So they want to protect themselves. And then also what I'm learning is that what the divine masculine is going through right now is a time of purging that old and I talk about this in my last video. I did a video on what is the big picture behind the coronavirus. And one of the things that the divine masculines are doing right now is that they are purging for the collective the masculine archetype of the shadow side of the male that did nothing but, devalue women, devalue people, put money first, power first, that type of male archetype that has been in our histories, the kind of male that would go into war and tear up a country just to take over, that type of archetype. And so they are feeling this energy that they have wronged their divine feminines, all through history, and they don't feel worthy, of their divine feminine because of this, because they're purging. And so it would be good. And now, of course, they're feeling protective because they don't feel very good about it either. And so the divine feminine, now, if you could send a loving, more like playful energy, healing, loving energy towards your divine masculine, that would help that, okay? Because I think a lot of you are going through some kind of deception where you're pretending that you don't care, like you're pretending you don't want them in your life, but the truth is you do. It's not that this is not your satisfaction. This is not your wish fulfillment to be alone. You want your divine you want your divine masculine because we got the twin flame connection. Okay. But it does look like some of you are not waiting on, it's like you're not waiting on them anymore. You're not waiting on, and you're not expecting them to come in. And so therefore they're mirroring this. So you're not expecting them to come in with this passionate offer, and therefore they're not. So it's like that's the energy you're sending them. It's more of like a colder energy, and that's what's causing the connection to be in that imbalance. All right, so what about the divine feminine? What does the divine feminine want between March 22nd and March 29th? What does the divine feminine want right now? What do they want? What does the divine feminine want right now? All right. All right, so what the divine feminine wants this week is, so we got the commitment, doesn't want a commitment. So the commitment card is reversed and the thoughts card is reversed. Doesn't want to keep thinking about her divine masculine. Okay, so kind of a clarifier on this, please. Clarifier on what the divine feminine wants. Why is the Hierophant reversed and the Page of Swords reversed? Can I clarify? This is for the collective, please. Why is this reversed? We got the Devil card. So it's almost like, well, it says obsession. So maybe this is obsessing. Maybe this is obsessive thoughts over commitment. Let me see. Now let me get more clarity on this. What does the divine feminine want? What does the divine feminine want? Why is the Devil card here? Why is the Devil card? This is about attachments. So maybe the divine feminine is feeling too attached. Why is this here? Can I please have a clarifier, please? Oh, the soul contract. All right. Well, obviously it's a soul contract. The divine feminine knows this is a soul contract. Okay, so justice is the 11 card. This is the illumination card. Yeah, so this is all about rebirth. So it's almost like the divine feminine is really thinking about her divine masculine. Okay, they are fantasizing about their divine masculine, but there is some kind of deception going on. They're pretending they don't want their divine masculine, but they really do. They are independent right now. They're no longer awaiting on their divine masculine to show up at this time. It's almost like they're like, forget about it. But it's not really how they feel. But it's almost like they've given up on this commitment. And this devil card, yeah, this has to do with obsession, and it could be like, oh God, it could be a lot of things. The devil. Let's get another clarifier. What does the divine feminine want? Why is the devil card here? What does the divine feminine want this week? Why is the devil card here? It has to do with attachment. Oh, the painful ending. Okay, so this is, yeah, she wants this painful ending to go away. She just wants this painful ending. She wants the pain to go away. She wants this obsession to go away. She's giving up on this commitment. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's do more. So what is the divine masculine's challenge right now? So there is an imbalance. So just so you know, if this doesn't resonate, this is for the collective. Obviously, I'm doing one pile here. So if this doesn't resonate, then please do not accept this as your reading. This is just for those who are feeling this way. They're getting kind of maybe burnt out over this relationship. But just know that you have the power, because this is you in another body. So, a lot of people come down here, so think of, God's source as one energy, and then you split off into your own, your own little souls, right? Your own little entities of yourself. Well, the twin flame, very few of us, not everybody splits off again. Okay, not many people have done this. So this is actually you in another body. Okay, and then if this is truly your twin flame, and you know for a fact that this is your twin flame, just know this is you in another body, and they want nothing more than to be with you. They want nothing more than to love you. But they can't, because they signed up for this with you. They signed up for the fact that you have to balance your own divine feminine and your own divine masculine sides of you before they can come in. And you have to do it for at least a week before they start to balance out. Because I get it. I've been there. I was in a space of neediness where I was just like, I can't believe we broke up. When's he coming back? When? And what that did, it made him more lost. He couldn't help it. My own, because we're one soul, okay? Because of my own neediness, it put him out of balance. And then once I became balanced, and I started being more in my intuition, and I started focusing on myself, and started becoming more intuitive, and then my divine masculine also came into balance, okay? And he was no longer lost. And lost can mean a lot of things. That has a lot to do with the devil card, okay? A lot of things can happen when they get lost. In this case, though, I feel like the divine feminine might be energetically withholding his or her love, maybe becoming overly serious, maybe becoming a little bit more cold and dry towards the divine masculine, not sending loving energies, instead of sending very cold energies, almost like I don't want to be with you type energies. And that's making the divine masculine very protective, and they feel that. And so now they instinctively know they're not welcome. And so that's why they can't come in, because they have to protect themselves. They don't want to get hurt. All right, so let me ask this question. What does the divine want the divine masculine to do right now? What does the divine masculine, what does the divine need the collective divine masculine to do right now? 2 cards from March 22nd to March 29th. What does the divine want them to do right now? They want them to gain strength. Wow, and they want them to be in their own divine feminine. They want them to balance out their own divine feminine. So the divine masculines are being asked by the divine to be strong and to balance out their own divine feminine, to be nurturing towards themselves, to be more creative, to give birth to new ideas, to feel more prosperous, to love themselves. So the divine's asking them to love themselves right now. So that's what the divine's asking them to do. All right, what is the divine asking the divine feminine to do? What is the divine, I'm sorry, what is the divine asking the divine feminine to do? What does the divine need the divine feminine to do this week? Please. 2 cards for the collective from March 22nd to March 29th. What? Okay. Yeah, so they're asking you to not feel so isolated and alone. So that's what I was getting. I was getting, yes, you're independent, but you weren't having your wishes fulfilled. You weren't having like you didn't feel satisfied. Like you're not, like your wishes aren't fulfilled and you're not feeling set or whole. And they're asking you not to feel so like left out of a situation. They're asking you not to feel alone and isolated. They're asking you to see yourself as whole, energetically connect to your divine masculine, integrate inside of you. I life coach on this, so if you're interested, please check out my email below and email me for information on that. Okay, you also got what the divine needs for you to work on right now is yourself. So 8 of Pentacles. So this is a work in progress. So the divine is letting you know that this is a work in progress and you're just still, working on yourself. They're asking you to keep going. The 8 of Pentacles is all about mastery. You're mastering your own divinity. You're mastering how to be the divine feminine. You could check out my other videos. Maybe I'll make another one on how to empower yourself as a divine feminine and what that means. Once you empower yourself as a divine feminine, you will attract your divine masculine. Also, what I'll do is I will also link. I'm gonna try. I've never done this before. I'm gonna try to link my how to magnetize your twin flame videos. I did a whole series. Because just know the divine masculine has no choice but to, react to what is going on energetically. You two signed up. So it is a soul contract. So you guys got the soul contract. So it's the 11 card. It's the soul contract that you guys signed up in order to move up in vibration and to move into the 5th dimension. Everybody has a different pathway. This is the way you guys chose through the twin flame union. A lot of people don't have twin flames, so they're moving up vibration in a different sort of way. Possibly this coronavirus is helping people. I mean, a lot of it is not easy. The twin flame union is not easy, and neither is dealing with, pandemonium. So there's going to be different pathways for people to get there. And so what I mean is he or she, the divine masculine, has no choice but to be under a spell. They're always under a spell. The divine feminine always starts. The divine feminine decides where he or she is going to be, either out of balance or in balance, and then the divine masculine's in a spell. They're under a spell. They have no choice but to respond to whether you're balanced or imbalanced. So if you're balanced, they have no choice but to respond in balance. If you're out of balance, they have no choice but to respond out of balance. They are under a spell. I know that sounds weird, but that's what the twin flame union is. The twin flames, it's 2 people in one soul, and they don't know what's going on either. If you ask them, they have zero idea as to the why they're acting the way they are. They really don't. They have no idea as to what's happening. All right, let me get any final thoughts, or let's see. What can I ask? Any what? Okay, if you feel okay, what is blocking the divine masculine? What is blocking the divine masculine right now? What is blocking the divine masculine from physical union with the divine feminine? What is blocking the divine masculine right now? 2 cards for March. What is blocking? Oh, wow. Okay. So they got the 9 of Pentacles and the Death card. So there is some kind of rebirth. So what is blocking them is that right now they're not in like loving themselves. And so you guys got the same card. You got the 9 of Pentacles. So it's kind of what you're doing. Like you're in the 9 of Pentacles. You're both of you are by yourself. I don't see either one of you in a relationship right now. Your divine masculine's not in a relationship, and the divine feminine's not in a relationship. Both of you are working on yourselves. But at the same time, both of you aren't really happy being on your own. And so the divine masculine is going through some kind of rebirth right now. There's some kind of death of themselves, of their old selves being rebirthed again. They are taking on the collective of the masculine archetype, or I should say the male archetype, the shadow male archetype. They had to take that on to clear it. It's really bad. They don't feel good about it. So they're now learning to love themselves. They have to learn to love themselves. They have to feel comfortable in their own skin. They have to realize they are not the male shadow archetype, that's not what they are, even though that's what they're working through right now, and they're going through a rebirth. Okay. So, but actually what's actually blocking them is probably the fact that there's an imbalance with the divine feminine, divine masculine, and they feel like they're in protection mode. That is actually the real reason why. That's what's blocking. This is actually good. So this is what they're supposed to be doing. Trying to love themselves and unconditionally loving themselves and going through this rebirth. How about the divine feminine? What is blocking the divine feminine from physical union here? What is blocking the divine feminine right now? I think we kind of got the answer on that already, but let's ask for 2 more cards. What is blocking? Ooh, that one just popped up. Okay, let's pull another one. Okay. All right. So illuminate. So yeah. So being positive. So that's what's blocking is that the divine feminine isn't looking at this in a positive view, possibly. So look at this as illumination and growth. So if you could look at this relationship as illumination and growth, and as healing and recovery, if you could have a new perspective. So this is all about, and they got the 4 of Swords as well, which I do see that they're healing, because it is reversed. So I feel like that they are healing. But this is also a healing and recovery card that the divine feminine needs to go through as well. So again, illumination and growth, and healing and recovery. If you can see the relationship in this way, that you're both going through that. And the reason why is because it's not a 3D relationship. It's a 5D relationship. It's an energetic relationship. And you're here because it's a bigger picture. It's a mission that you're on. Okay, you are doing a worldly cause. You are bringing peace and unconditional love to humanity just by being a portal of love to each other. So if you could send love to your divine masculine, in which, in essence, you're actually sending love to yourself, because you're, again, one soul. Okay, and now you've become a portal of love. It's almost like a boomerang effect. And now you're a portal of love, and that is doing a worldly cause of bringing peace and unconditional love into the 3D, which isn't really, there isn't much of it, okay? And so that is part of the big picture. That is your mission. Okay, I don't think I need to do the what's out of balance. I think we already figured that out, what is out of balance. So let's just get some messages. Let's get some messages. What does the divine masculine want the divine feminine to know? So this is for the collective, please, from March 22nd to March 29th. What does the divine masculine want the divine feminine to know? 2 cards, please. What does the divine masculine want the divine feminine to know? 2 cards, please, from March 22nd to March 29th. All right. Well, this is what they want to tell you. They want to tell you that I'm working towards a better future. They're working towards a better future, which makes sense because they're going through this whole rebirth. Okay, they're going through a rebirth right now, so they're working towards a better future with you. And they also want you to know that you're the only person who truly gets me. So they must be going through a really confusing time right now, because they feel like you're the only one that gets them. They're just confused, I think, over what, like I said, they don't really know what's going on. They have no choice. They are under a spell. I know that sounds weird, but trust me, I've gone through this. This is what, and and being in physical connection with my twin flame, well, I should say in and out, I can ask him, and you know, he really doesn't know. He doesn't understand it. So it is weird. So, but that is what's going on. So so just know they do want to come in. They do want to offer you this pentacle. They are obsessing about you, okay? They're no longer in this overly anxious, you know, this is reverse, which is good, I think. They're coming out of this. They are always thinking about you. They are awakening, okay? They're going through this awakening. They're going within for this knowledge. They're not very confident right now. They're not very confident that you would accept them. They are trying to leave the past behind. The divine is asking them to be strong, but they don't want to come rushing in because they feel like they need to protect themselves from any rejection. They do feel like they would be rejected at this time, but they are going through a rebirth, okay? The divine is helping them go through a rebirth, and the divine is helping them nurture themselves and getting out of this old paradigm and this old way of thinking about males and the male archetype, the shadow side, I should say. Let me pull one more card. What I need one last message from the divine masculine to the divine feminine. One last message, please. What does the divine masculine want the divine feminine to know right now? What does the divine masculine want the divine feminine to know right now? Well, I care too much about what others think right now. So you know what that means? That has everything to do with, you know, what's going on, like taking on that male archetype. I mean, again, feeling really like overwhelmed by how the males have treated women in the past. They're really clearing that right now. That's something that they're going through. They're trying to heal that. They care too much about what others think right now. Also, what this could mean is um, they probably feel again your dryness, and they care about that. If they're feeling like a seriousness or like a lack of love in the connection, they are scared of it. They're scared of that energy, and so they care about that. All right, let's get one more message, please, from the divine masculine to the divine feminine from March 22nd to March 29th. One more. I'm trying to think of what I want to say to you. Yep, I'm trying to think of what I want to say to you. Yeah, because they don't want to get hurt. They just don't want to get hurt in this connection. They're way too sensitive. They will reject first before you reject them, because like um, that's how sensitive they are. That's how like they're fragile. The divine masculines are very fragile, and again, it has nothing to do with male or female. It could be either, but they're very fragile right now, and they're very protective of themselves. And just put yourself in their shoes. If you were in their shoes, if they feel an energy of someone that, you know, maybe doesn't forgive them, or maybe someone who is feeling kind of like, oh, I'm over it type energy, or you know, or let's just say you're feeling something different. Let's say you're feeling needy, or you're feeling like, when is this going to happen already? That will also put them out of balance. So again, it's just to help us out to get into the fifth dimension. We all signed up for this. It's just to not overthink. Don't overthink. So I do see the overthinking card. So some of you might be putting this relationship out of balance by overthinking, and that's making your divine masculine very distant. Maybe for some of you, it is making your divine masculine more anxious. Okay, so what you want to do is be more into your intuition, knowing that this is going to happen. And who knows, maybe it might end up you reaching out, but before you do, you know, because they're so sensitive and so fragile, I mean, really, really fragile on this side, I feel like the divine feminine may be a little more confident maybe stronger in their own divine masculine sides. And then, but before you do that, just please make sure you're balanced. You do not, if you're the one that reaches out, please make sure you're balanced. Do not reach out when you're out of balance, okay? Because you're not going to last. Trust me, I've already done that. I've done it. I don't like learn from my mistake. The relationship will end so fast, okay? So if you're going to be the one to reach out, do it when you're balanced. Give yourself at least a week, okay? So again, I life coach on this if you want to know more about that. Also, if you can think of it this way, if you could just be in peace, just meaning like trust it, know it's going to happen, not overthink it, give them loving energies, send love, do the ho'opono, do the, I love you, I'm sorry, but that type of thing. Whatever it is you got to do. I mean, just sending them peace, love, and joy. And then it comes right back to you because it's you in another body. Okay. And when you do this for at least a week, then you put them, they have no choice because they're under your spell. They have no choice but to lift their vibrations as well. And then that is a time to get into physical union. And you have to stay there. Once you're in union, if you get out of this vibration and you come down here in fear or desire, or you make it more into like a codependent relationship, again, all it will do is the relationship will repel. The energies will repel, and then they will just leave. They have no choice. They're under the spell. Okay, that's the best way I can describe it. I know it sounds weird, but that's just the way the twin flame union works. Well, I do hope you enjoyed this reading, or I do hope this was enlightening, or if this really helps you. I want nothing more but to help people get into twin flame union. I'm not about the fantasy of 3D relationship of saying, oh yeah, he loves you and you love him and you guys are going to get in, and I'm not about outcomes because things can flip on a dime. It's not about outcomes because, like this is not exactly 100% what will happen between March 22nd and March 29th because timelines are always switching. Timelines are always coming together. They're merging. Timelines are collapsing. The more you raise your vibration, the more things will change, outcomes will change, okay? Or if you dip into your vibration, the more outcomes will change. So there is no outcome, there is no divine timing. All it is you working on yourself and going within you, integrating your own divine feminine, divine, and your own divine masculine energies in a loving portal, and that will manifest outside of you in the 3D. You just cannot treat it like a 3D relationship. I have many videos on this that I teach on. I will try to link them below so you can take a look, and that will help you. Like I said, this channel is all about helping people get into physical union. This channel is not about the whole, oh, let me just get views. Let me just, put out fun things. I try to put out fun things, but that's not what I'm about. I'm more about the how. How do you get into union? Everyone will tell you, oh, yeah, you'll get into union, or one day, or yes, he loves you, but that's not going to help you. You have to know the how to get into twin flame union. And that's what I'm all about. Please check out my other videos. I'm going to do a lot more. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button. If you want to check out my last video, it was about the big picture behind the coronavirus. Maybe there's some tidbits in there that you'll find interesting. Also, keep in mind that I'll have more videos that will come out that will help you to get into twin flame union, because this is all about raising consciousness, raising your vibration, becoming the best version of you. Because as I've said before, you guys are doing a worldly cause, bringing peace and unconditional love into the world for humanity. This is what you signed up for. This was your soul contract. Okay, the number 11. Okay, so just know that's what you guys are. You are the inspiring illuminators. You're spiritual. That's what you're here for. You are the pioneers. Okay, you're the pioneers of this path. And once you get it, you will teach others also how to do this. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you clicking on my channel. If you're interested in a private reading or life coaching, Please check out my email below. Otherwise, I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.